Is it recording? Thank you, darling. So today is the 1st of November 2024. I think it's roughly a year ago since I did a little video, and that was on YXR. Today is just a few weeks until I go to Washington State for the Future of Tech Symposium there for the first time with Dini Grigar, which is exciting, wonderful. Spent some time with Jonathan Finn today. We went through the book, some copy editing discussions, and I also bought a very fancy Macintosh today. It's the first time I've ever bought a top-of-the-line everything in their machine. It's a MacBook Pro, 128 gigabytes of RAM, 8 terabytes of storage, super speed, all of that. So I'm guessing in the future when I watch this or somebody watches it, that'll be quite old hat. But for now, it's amazing. I had a friend help me with discounts and stuff, so it's expensive but not crazy. But that's not why I'm recording this. Why I'm recording this is I'm working with an amazing team, and right now, particularly with Fabienne Beneteau and with Mark Anderson, who are helping get the book and so on in XR, and with Andrew Thompson, who has already done our WebXR experience for the Sloan Foundation, which is kind of amazing. We also have an introduction to the book, which is a piece by Doug Engelbart that he wrote a long time ago, read by Stephen Fry, like I'm doing now, with an iPhone in stereo video for the Vision Pro, which is exciting. Also today, I did some inventioning, as I jokingly call it, in the family here. Edgar, by the way, is 7 now. He's grown up so much, it's crazy. We watched Firefly tonight, the first episode, so that's a thing. The invention today was a couple of things. It started out with just showing my friend Finn the cuttings in Author, and he really liked it, and it's kind of hidden. So all I've done now is I've put cut at the top of the context menu, so it's really clear, because I expect people to know how to cut, copy, paste, bold, and italic keyboard shortcuts, so it's gone. And then it's when you don't select text in the context menu, at the top of the menu it says cuttings. So the cut and cuttings are available in your face. Also at the bottom of the screen in Author, there's bright cuttings, outline, and map. So cuttings has been added there too to make it really clear, plus it's massive. So that's exciting. That's hopefully a way to help people write a long document and things they don't know where to put. They can just cut it and it's in there safely. And the reason for this is also if it's on the map, either on the margins or on the other map, I found that even if I shorten the text, if you don't see the whole thing, it's really hard to judge whether you want to use something or find it. So that's why I'm using the cuttings. On the 27-inch screen or something like that, you can get quite a lot of cuttings when you have a really wide and deep display. So that was fun. That was one thing. The other thing is, of course, I've implemented ChatGPT AI LLMs in the work in Author and Reader. We have it as Ask AI because I don't want it to be branded now, since we may probably change. And one of the things I find useful is to select text and then go ask AI to basically proofread the text. Very useful because it gives me suggestions in a separate window. It doesn't do it for me. I think that's very important. I don't want Author to be a tool where people write some notes and then the AI does it for them. That's not authorship. What I did with Jonathan today is when you select text in the context menu, control click, it's at the very bottom of the menu. So it's fits law appropriate, either top or bottom or most visual, and we call it polish. So you select a paragraph or whatever you're working on, and control click and choose polish, and it runs a prompt that says what it thinks about the clarity, grammar, logic, and structure of that. So that's very exciting. So that means it's another feature we have that just through changing the interface, it's more prominent and useful. And that really goes to the main point of what I wanted to record here today, and that is everybody can add a feature if you just add another button or a weird keyboard shortcut. To add the feature in a way that fits the human mind and hand, to really, really massage the context menus so they aren't overloaded but they're relevant. To me, that is really, really important. It is as important as the features themselves, because without this, you don't have the features. So yeah, just wanted to get that down on the record. And finally, we want to have JSON into XR. Currently, Visual Meta puts metadata in the back of the document in BibTeX form. So with Fabienne, I'm starting to experiment with putting it in JSON as well, because it's easier, less parsing, less work for the receiving software. and going back and forth between articles in the Future of Text on what I call the 2-page spread extended for authoring and reading. The idea is that a 2-page spread is a really nice size, something like this, to read for the human eye, not too much movement of the head, you have it there. So I really like, here's the thing, I met Bill Atkinson in January through Bruce Horn, which was amazing, the creator of HyperCard. And he actually texted me a reply to the question of why did he use cards rather than scrolling text. And he said he wanted to make it bite-sized chunks, something like that. I think that's important. When you have a screen of text, something like this, or a display, you can scan it, you can read it. It's not too much. So my ideal would be a 2-page spread for everything in the book or similar. Maybe another page, but not pages and pages, because even if you have them next to each other, it becomes not pleasantly readable. And I found that folding things into outlines helps to an extent, but not really. So the idea is to have this 2-page spread for reading, but then a lot of information around it as you want there to be. In order for that to be possible, the data has to be there, / metadata, depending on what Ted Nelson thinks. He says there's no such thing as metadata. And to an extent, I agree with him, because he's an absolute genius and a wonderful human being. So in the appendix, we have the visual meta in the BibTeX style. We're now starting to do the JSON stuff. Question then becomes what to put there so that it can be expanded into this big space. And this is what I've been working with Fabian. Rather, he's been doing the work, and I've been doing thinking and wondering and being confused. So, sorry, there's an airplane going by. It's late here, but it's not that late. So while writing these 2 documents on authorship for 2-page spread extended, so that the reader can have this data, one of the things I realized you probably need is some kind of an abstract and keywords. These are things that authors generally don't like to write, and if it's AI, they would like to have control. And then it kind of struck me while I was at the Nero in Wimbledon today, which is a place I love, very productive, sitting in a tunnel, lovely people, double espresso, and I bring some either vanilla or hazelnut ice cream, so that's wonderful. When I was sitting there and working, I realized that in the export dialog in Author, underneath the title, we can now have a line of text for abstract and a line of text for keywords. And next to it, we have a button that says AI Generate. So the user can type in keywords or paste them if they like, or click AI Generate. It'll go through the document, generate a suggested list of keywords. Same for the abstract. So the user has AI augmentation to help them, but they can edit it or they don't need to use it at all. This then can go into the metadata, which goes into XR and provides this necessary connective tissue between documents, which wouldn't be there if it wasn't in the original document, or it would be added for outside of the document, which may or may not be good. So today was a very productive day. There was the cuttings, there was the polish, having that top level not hidden in Ask AI, and then there is the export of keywords and abstract to metadata based on AI if the user wants it to be. That makes me quite happy. And also the super fancy computer that I ordered today, the MacBook for M4 Max, can run LLMs locally, really, really big ones. So that means I'm buying myself the future, buying time so that I can experiment with having local LLMs for author and reader that in a few years everybody can have on their computers. So hopefully in the same way I'm getting experience with XR through the wonderful work of Andrew Thompson and Fabian Binatu, we can deliver AI solutions that augment people rather than try to do the thinking for them. So that's very, very exciting. And I think that's all. Emily's doing well. Edgar's growing up incredibly well. We had Halloween this week, yesterday, and that was fun. He's got so many good friends at school. I'm very grateful for that. So I don't know how long this took. This was a bit of a ramble, but I just wanted to have this recorded, and this is the first kind of update I have recorded in stereo. And of course, I have the Vision Pro. Here it is. This is, of course, Vision Pro 1.0. I don't know when this will be viewed in the future, but currently to view the video that you're seeing has to be with this kind of thing. And another thing, editing stereo video isn't possible yet, really. Final Cut doesn't support it yet. So this video will go without topping and tailing. That's why I have to say bye to my lovely wife, Emily. And that's why I'm going to go around and press the button now. So yes, thank you very much for watching this.